are the ropes. I've already torn them. These are the ropes. Why this is the long one. So now I'm going to place this, open it like this so that they'll be facing each other like this. And I'm going to take one of the ropes. I'm going to put it at the midpoint here. Then same thing I'll do to this. I'll put this at the midpoint here. So I'm going to take this, cover it up. Cover it up. I'm going to use this, cover it up. So now I'm going to sew it now round. I'll sew it round. I'll just leave small space to turn it out. I'm going to sew all of them. So in the process of sewing, I'm going to attach this to it and sew it. So let me go and sew it so that you see what I'm talking about. So now what I did was I sew it round, just like I said. This is it. But what I did was I left a space here. I left a small space here. This is where I am going to struggle now to bring all of them out. The next thing I'm going to be doing now is to iron it. So now this is the two. I have them here. This is one and this is two. After ironing, this is what I have. So now I'm going to take this now. I'm going to turn the back. They are the same anyways, so anywhere is fine. So I'm just going to put this now here, leaving down my 2 inches or 1.5, but I'm going to be leaving 1.5 because I've already sewed it down. So I'm just going to put one like this. Then the only thing I'll do is I'll take this like this. I'll measure the 1.5. I'm going to do like this. I'll start sewing. Once I get here, I cut the excess and fold the rest on it like this. Then once I'm done, I'll bring it down like this. Then I'll fold another one there like this. What am I doing? I'm creating a hole, a channel for me to put this other long rope for the waistline. Let me do it so you see what I'm saying. So now this is it. This is what I'm talking about. I've created a boning channel. So I'm just going to use my pin, my safety pin, to put it. So now at this point, this is ready. Our bralette is ready at this point. So let's sew the jacket. So I'm just going to go and weave the necessary parts. I will weave everywhere except the neck. I will not weave this neck part. So that's what I'm going to do. After I weave it, I'm just going to open this just like this. I'll open this like this. I'll put this one here. I'll put this one here. And I'm going to sew the shoulder. I'm going to sew the shoulder. That's what I will do. So now, what I have just done is to make the tutorial easy and faster. So after weaving this upper part, then I weave the sides. I just join that place. I join here. After joining, I sew my sleeve round, like the round sleeve. I sew it round. I sew it round, then I just sew it normal sewing down. That's what I have. So now the band, this band, what I'm going to do is to open it, and I'm going to join the two together just like so. When I join it together, I will now take it like this. From this beginning part, I'm going to sew it from back to front. Yes, like this. starts like this. I'm going to sew it round, then it will take me to the front part. Do you understand? I'll sew it from front like this to the back. Let me do it so you can see. So now this is it. I'm done sewing it. This is what I have. This is the front part. This is what I have now. So now this band is now in front. I just sew it from back to front. So now the only thing you should notice is that make sure that the joining that you join, the rope that you joined, please make sure that the joining is at the back. Don't let it come out anywhere in the front or between, anywhere. Just let it be behind at the back. So that's what I've done. So now the next thing to do now is to take it like this. You're going to do it like this. This thing is going to go inside. I'm just going to bring this like this on top, like this. Immediately after the sewing, here, this sewing here, you just place it on top and you sew it neatly. That's what I'm going to do. So now I'm done. This is what I have. This is what I have for the jacket. So now I'm just going to fold it down twice, and that's all for the jacket. I'm done weaving it. This is my trouser. This is the front, while this is the back. What I did was to weave every part each. Then after doing that, I joined it. My crotch, I joined it, but I did not finish it. I started from the up, then I did not finish it here. That's the same thing I did with this. I started from the up, I didn't finish it here. So now this is the front, and this is the slit I added earlier for the pocket. So I'm going to go and fix the pocket. I believe you all know how to fix pockets, but if you don't know how to fix pockets, let me know in the comment section, then I will teach you how to fix pockets. So I'm just going to go and fix pocket to this front pattern and bring it back. I'm done putting the pocket. This is the pocket of the front. So now I'm just going to put this back on top like this, and I'm going to sew it. I'm going to sew the side, and bring it back. After sewing the sides, this is what I have. So I'm just going to sew it down now, just once, because I've already weaved it. So I'm just going to sew it once round. I'll sew the other side too. So now I'm done folding it down. This is what I have. The next thing for me to do now is to take this under, sew it. I will take this under, I will sew it. Then after, I will open this midpoint and finish my sewing. This is it. I am done. So now I'm going to turn the front. This is what I have. This is the new pattern. It's ready. So remaining the waist now. So I'm going to take this band like this. I'm going to measure my waist. Whatever it gives me here, I'm going to measure it like this. This is like this. Exactly the waist. That's it. You do it into two. Then you cut the excess away. This is what I have. So what I am going to do now, this is just how I'm going to do it. I'm going to sew this thing straight. When I sew it straight, I'll bring it back. So now after sewing the band, this is what I have. So the idea now is to open this seam and iron it. So it will definitely be like this after. You do it into two, just like so. Just like this. This is the band like this. So you make sure you measure it so that it will size this waist exactly. As you can see, it's exactly the waist. Exactly the waist. That's what we have here. So now for this elastic, most times you can use the waist of your client as the elastic. Even if I use the waist of my client as the elastic, I still make sure that I check if it is inside, if there will be no any plinting when I stretch it like this. When I stretch both the clothes and the elastic inside, you will understand what I mean. So now I'm going to measure the 25, which is 25 here. So I'm just going to do it into two. I'm going to add 1 inch to it. Why? Because I'm going to overlap it while I want to sew it. So that's why I'm adding 1 inch to it. 1 inch to it. So now I'm going to place this here now at the middle. I'm just going to drag it. Then I will leave it. Then I will hold it again and drag it. You see that as I dragged it now, there is no plinting or anywhere. Then I will know that this is okay for me. This will work for me. So now the idea is to measure the waist of your client. When you measure the waist of your client, then you add small allowance to it because I'm going to be overlapping it while I sew it. So once I cut it, this is the overlapping that I mean. Like I'll put one on top of one, then I'll sew it. So I'll go and sew it and bring it. So now after sewing it, this is what I have. This is my band. So now what I'm just going to do is I'm going to place it in between this one. I'm going to place it inside, just like so. So what I'm going to do now is to take it and be sewing it. I'll start from here. I'll be sewing it. I'll take it. I'm going to sew it. That's how I'm going to arrange everything. As I'm going to arrange it and sew it. I'll make sure that I'm targeting where the elastic ends. So I'm going to do like this and sew it. So let me sew it and bring it back. Now this is it. Note, you are not sewing on top of the elastic. You are sewing immediately after the elastic. That's what you are sewing. That's how and when you will achieve this kind of thing. This is how it is. So this is what I'm going to be sewing now to my waist. You know, all these things, like the main measurement of the fabric is actually the measurement of this waist. So I will not have problem sewing it back to it. You understand? So now I'm just going to trim this one a little so that I'll be able to sew small space here to this place round. So now this is it. This is it. So I'm going to take this place that has joining. I'm going to connect it with the back like this. So I'll start with the back like this. So I'll start sewing it to the back gently. I'll start sewing it to the back gently. That's how I'm going to sew all of them round. After sewing it, this is what I have. This is how the waist is looking like. So if you are wondering, you have been sewing this thing and it's not giving you this kind of result, I feel the reason why is because you are sewing your elastic inside with the clothes. As it is now, I only sew the material with the material and not the elastic. But the elastic is kind of tight with the material, yes, but I am sewing immediately after the elastic. That's what I'm sewing with the waist and not the elastic. So this is what you have now after doing it. So at this point, you can decide to stitch it twice, stitch it 3 times, stitch it 100 times, whatever way or how many times you want to stitch it, it is left to you. So I'm just going to take one line here, going to take 2 lines here, 2 lines at the middle. That's what I'm going to do. And if you want to do this, start from the back. And if you want to do this, stretch the elastic like this. This is how it will be when you want to stitch it. It should be like this. Then you stitch it properly. As you are stitching it, you do like this. As you are stitching it, you do like this. Every part must be like this before you finish it. So now this is what I have after stitching. This is what I have. Very pretty. Look at it. Very fine. Both front and back. They're looking fine. That's it. This is how it is. So our short is ready. So we are going to fix this on our mannequin to see how fine and beautiful it is. Thank you so much for staying through to the end of the video. See you next time.